Hello and welcome to White Men Can't Pod. It's episode 43. I'm your host, Ryan, and I'm here with my left winger, Mr. Wally Foley.
Okay, I can play on the left.
All right, and my Goldberg-like defenseman, it's Mr. Bill Cashin.
I think that's a compliment.
He's good in this movie.
He's a phenomenal defender.
He's great in this movie.
For no reason at all.
For no reason at all.
He's great in this movie.
Also, apparently you only have to carry one goalie when you get to high school hockey.
They had two. He just moved him out.
Yeah. So
He's an
then who's the
emergency
backup
goaltender.
goalie?
He's an emergency goaltender. All right, it's D3, the Mighty Ducks 3. The unruly team of hockey misfits grows up a bit and receives scholarships to a prestigious prep school where they will take on snotty varsity. D3. How'd you first see D3? 1996.
Price tag.
I don't even know when it came. I don't know if it was a theater or not, but definitely I would have seen this when it came out.
I saw it in the theater.
Probably in the theater,
I saw
if
this in the
not
theater.
VHS. You know.
Yeah.
Saw this in
This
the
was a
theater.
while ago. They busted this out in 96. The first one was 1992, so they got 3 movies out in 4 years,
Of course they did.
which is a good move because these are kids that are growing
Gotta
up.
make
but
those monies.
He looks like he's like a senior in high school, not
He
a freshman.
probably is.
At
He
least
probably
a
was.
senior.
He probably was.
I like the line. There's one line where he's talking to the girl. He's like, "I'm a 6', 14-year-old." I'm like, "Fuck you! You're not 14." What?
I'm a 6'40" or
He says I'm
14-year-old.
almost 6 foot, I think he says.
It feels like 21 Jump Street, where like the cops are obviously older. I'm in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, Josh Jackson. All right, this is Wally's movie.
No, it's not.
This is Bill's movie.
Yes, it is.
That it is.
Well, you've never done a hockey movie,
That's true.
so that's why it messed me up. You've never done a hockey movie before.
Actually, I don't even know if that's true anymore, but yes.
You don't even know what's true anymore.
No, yeah. This is your first.
This is your first ever hockey movie, isn't it? I know at least that.
Yes, it is my first hockey movie.
Okay. Good grief. Good grief, man.
Um,
All right, we got to play games.
We're going to play. Here's the thing. Couldn't find a budget for this, or I tried to go back historically. Couldn't find a budget for D2 either.
Really?
$100 million.
So here's what I can tell you, though, for the box office game. D1 was a budget of $14 million, made $50.8 million. D2 made $45.6 million.
Okay.
What did D3 make?
You were able to find the
Box office.
Okay.
Not a budget.
Okay.
23 million.
mm,
We're down quite a bit.
40 million.
What? You guys are both over.
Are you kidding
Wow.
me? D3 was that bad?
Especially after D2 being
D2 was
so good.
the best movie. D3 made okay.
Made less than 23.
That's not good.
That was your bid, right? 23?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's not good.
It's not.
Let's say 17 million.
That's
This seems wrong. Like how the hell?
I'll just go 20 million.
Okay. Wally wins.
It's 21.3 or something.
22.9 million.
What? I should have known when you asked me to repeat my number.
You
That's
missed
usually-
by $100,000.
That's usually my move. What did you say again? Oh, you were over by $1. Oh God, poor D3.
But yeah, so they made 22.9
you
on
can
this one.
see why D3, the Mighty
So
Ducks
this
ended.
one, I
pretty much.
assume, about broke even.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
There's no stars in like.
They
Emilio-
lost Emilio Estevez's money.
He's in
he's
there
not-
for like a hot minute.
He's in the beginning and the end.
He's probably got a total of like 15 minutes screen
He's
time
getting.
at most.
He got shoved in there at the last minute. Is kind of what I'm thinking too. Maybe
Yeah.
like, oh shit, this movie sucks.
We need a reason for
We need
that.
to get him in there.
We need a reason for Charlie to actually like.
Let's kill let's kill the Iceland guy.
Which
Yeah.
Okay, so they kill his character, and the reason that his character's there to begin with was because the original Iceland guy physically, like, actually passed away.
Wait,
The one
Hans
from,
and Franz or whatever.
they
the
switched
one-
him in D2.
yeah.
Yes.
So the one in D1 died between 1 and 2.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, and that's why they switched him.
And said it's his brother or whatever.
Yeah, but in the movie in D2, they were like, "Oh, he went back home."
Yeah.
And then this guy they actually kill.
Yes.
They kept this guy and kill him.
Yep.
Yes.
What?
Oh, that looks nice.
I've never been there.
I've been once.
Where have you been?
Oh,
To Iceland? Have you been to Iceland?
Unfortunately, I've
Hans?
not been there.
wish that'd be
The
awesome.
home of Hans?
Iceland's got a big emergency going on right now, though. They're about to have, they think, a major volcanic explosion.
Oh, fun.
Jesus, that's not good.
Wow.
Didn't, like, as I was saying before we started, not a lot on eBay for specifically D3.
Sure.
So we're going to jump right into the eBay war now. That's not good.
Okay.
Okay, give me an eBay war.
It's in there.
Did he throw a pick?
Yes.
He sure did.
This is a puck? This is a puck.
This is
Mm,
a Disney's The Mighty Ducks D3 promo NHL hockey puck 1996. Excellent condition.
Because it's a puck.
It looks great. I wish I had this.
All right. You ready?
Is
for
it
me to
signed?
Get into this?
Doesn't look signed anywhere.
It's not signed.
All right, here comes the item description from the seller. Disney's The Mighty Ducks D3 promo NHL hockey puck from 1996. Excellent condition. See photos.
Okay.
That's it.
That's
it.
not
That's
helping.
all I got for
that
you.
doesn't help.
All right. I am up 7-6, so I have to go first.
I would actually like to have this.
It's a
puck, I think.
hockey puck.
I was gonna say, yeah, I would own this. I'd put it somewhere.
$25.
Made in Slovakia.
$8.99.
I'm sorry, say them again.
I said $25.
And you said,
$8.99.
wow, you win again.
Yep.
US $34.99.
What? Who's paying
All
that
right.
for this shit?
Well, it's free standard shipping if you do pay for it.
Okay, sure.
Estimate between Saturday and the following Friday. So you can get this quick.
Can't wait.
Now I take a commanding lead of 8-6 over.
Wow,
Commanding.
crushing.
Commanding.
And then we won't bother with the other scores.
Yes, we're
Yeah,
dominating
all right.
everyone.
Oh boy. All right.
Okay, so
Right,
we
yeah.
open with a bit of a montage of the as a way to recap the first two movies at the same time. And then we go to Gordon Bombay on the microphone, introducing the team to Eden Hall Academy. We find out is his old prep school, which prep schools in hockey is a very real thing. Jeez. Excuse me. We find out that the entire team is being offered full athletic scholarships to come in as the JV hockey team at this school. They are the Warriors, which nowadays can't do.
Problematic.
Yeah.
We were the Warriors.
We sure
I
were
mean,
the Warriors.
They were banging the drum back then for changing the school name, so good for them.
Yeah, that's true.
Not for the right reasons. They just wanted their stupid fucking Ducks name.
Now,
No, the girl.
She wanted it.
yeah.
They didn't care.
No, they didn't care.
they're introduced and they're wearing Mighty Ducks jerseys. They're not wearing their jerseys. They're all wearing the Anaheim Mighty Ducks jerseys in this introductory thing.
Okay, this is one of the biggest problems I have with this character of Charlie.
They
Is
named
when
the-
he goes
they
up to the girl
the
and
pros
says, says that. We made to name the team after us.
I mean, that's
You are-
true. They did.
You are the biggest idiot.
But yeah, so they're not even wearing their own jerseys. They're wearing the pro version of their jerseys. So they're getting announced, and we see that Gordon's talking to his old flame, Charlie's mom,
They're back.
and he says, "I should probably tell him, huh?" So he basically says, "I'm not." Charlie says, "Like we'll get him, coach," and he's like, "I'm not going to be coaching you." And Charlie immediately is mad, and he's like, "No, listen. The Junior Goodwill Games, which is supposed to be the Olympics, I think, has made me like in charge of like everything. I'm like the worldwide. I'm in charge of the USA Goodwill program. I cannot pass this up." So Charlie yells at him and says, "Like you don't get it."
You can't have a job.
No, Charlie, you don't get it. Instead of being a JV high school coach, he's going to coach the entire youth program for the United States.
Which wouldn't that be good for you because he likes you
Yeah.
and wants to date your mom and wants to be your friend, so you probably make the team.
So Charlie is a terrible human right from the start of this movie.
Sure.
Keenan's part of the crew. Jesse is not. What happened to him? Not sure.
Jesse's out.
His character has disappeared. We meet the new coach, Orion.
I thought this guy was pretty good.
He seems like a good guy to start. I mean, we don't have practice yet, but
he's a hard ass, but
he's
that's
a
about it.
good. The character is good. I mean,
Yes.
Charlie gets dropped off by his mom in the alleyway where Fulton hangs out. Good job, Mom.
I feel like that happens a lot though. And Fulton's in charge of that alleyway. Like nobody's fucking
it's
with
his
him.
alley. Absolutely.
He lives there.
Now, they talk about Portman, the other Bash brother, who I'm fairly certain was introduced at the news conference at the beginning. I think he's there.
No,
Really?
he wasn't.
No,
His curly hair, I think you see at one point. Could be mistaken.
I don't
I
think so.
don't think he's there.
But we find out he's not going to school. So now Fulton's like, well, what do I do without
wait.
my Bash brother?
Are you talking about the press conference when they're in Eden Hall?
Yes.
Oh, okay, then no.
I think he's like in the introduction, but before they actually show up or whatever. But he's not going to be there, so now Fulton's sad because his Bash brother's not going to be there, and he's like, what, am I just going to be the Bash man? Like, actually, that sounds fine.
That's a good nickname.
That's good, yeah.
I'm good with that.
Goldberg comes in, starts getting complained about how he's always getting hit with pucks. And like, yeah, it's because you're a goalie.
That's what
Goldberg.
goalies do.
That's the whole point of you. Of course, Charlie has now switched back into his original Ducks jersey. We during a press conference we meet, or like an introductory, not press conference because it's for the school, but pep
It's like
rally.
a
of
pep rally,
sorts,
yeah.
We find out that the varsity team hates that they bring these guys in. One kid said, like, my brother lost his spot on the JV team because of you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they are the 10-time reigning state champs. So they're a bunch of good hockey players, clearly.
Yeah.
Especially if this is in Minnesota.
Okay, I have a question. This is in Minnesota. Is it weird that all of the characters from the Olympics have now moved to Minnesota? Like Tex,
I would
whatever
say
his
no.
name, has moved to Minnesota now for
No.
this team. Keenan has moved away from Los
From
Angeles
LA.
for
Still
this
no.
team.
For a full
Uh,
ride to play hockey, this is not weird at all.
Yeah.
That's why I was curious.
No,
'cause,
this is
like,
what people do for hockey.
several other players aren't from, like Julie the Cat is from Maine.
Yeah.
Yes.
So why isn't she
that's
playing
a little
for
surprising? 'Cause
There's-
I feel like
a
what's his
Maine
name?
prep
The
school.
fast kid
Yeah.
is from Florida.
the fast kid's from Florida?
Oh, yeah,
That
that kid.
kind of makes sense why he wouldn't
yeah.
remain home.
So like the first two you mentioned and the Florida kid, but Julie, I feel like she could
She
have
lives in Maine.
probably found
Also,
something
they talk.
in Maine.
They also talk about.
not in, like in Minnesota.
No, nothing like that.
You would, if anything, Boston. But
So
Boston.
did they all move there after the Olympics though? Because they're like the Ducks are like 4-time defending junior whatever the hell middle school champions. So did the rest of them move and join the Mighty Ducks in Minnesota,
don't know.
Yeah.
They might just be coming for
or
this.
are
I
they
don't
just
know.
coming for this?
I think they're coming for this. At least
Okay.
the way Keenan talks about it, where he said, like, my
So-
parents told me I cannot mess this up.
Okay.
We do though. The big dumb guy, of the varsity team, Keenan makes fun of him and he gives him a straight up hep laugh, where he's been defeated by the joke, so he just goes hoo 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 hoo. And it made me laugh real good.
The defeated hep laugh.
That's good.
Half the team is there, but Goldberg and Charlie and a bunch of the other ones are not. They're hanging out in an alleyway. So Goldberg and Charlie take the wildest trip through town.
This is only so we can get this goofball
Yes.
on skates.
Why?
Goldberg can't skate.
Why can Charlie not catch up to him?
I don't know.
Goldberg is skating backwards for 90% of this,
Yeah.
and Charlie cannot catch up to him.
Also, he gets tangled in a hose that is apparently 400 yards long. It just keeps stretching out.
Also, if you ever skated backwards, how long would it take you to fall over? Seconds. You would not stay up
They
that long.
cause multiple car accidents going down the road. You can
Yep.
hear the car smashing behind them in their wake.
It's almost like they saw the end of Sandlot and were like, let's do our own version of that, where the dog runs through town and smashes everything.
Yeah. They literally crash into the introduction at the school, and Charlie, like a real funny guy, is like, "We're the
We're the
Ducks."
Ducks. Yeah. He's the worst.
So we start classes. Things are real now. Kenny Wu is getting picked on by the varsity team because he's the little guy.
Which he's not that little anymore.
He's getting bigger. Mendoza goes full creep.
Mm-hmm.
We're sitting on girls, but in a real weird way.
So creepy.
Then Charlie ends up talking to, flirting with, and getting rejected by a girl who's trying to change the warrior name, as we were saying, because it's offensive.
She's there to learn. She doesn't give a shit about hockey.
Yes. So Charlie strikes out very quickly with her. We go to our first practice, and the varsity team gives them a nice warm welcome to it. What I like here is that they're all wearing their home jerseys, though. Like Julie the cat has a Maine University jersey on. Mendoza's wearing a Florida Panthers jersey. I think Keenan's wearing like an LA Kings jersey. Like they're all repping where they're from.
They don't care about the team.
Goldberg has a Flyers jersey on. I just thought it was cool that they gave them these weird things.
Well, that's what Orion's there to do, make them into a team.
Yeah. He's not there yet, though, so they decide they're going to practice their way, and we get a cowboy roundup with Tex just lassoing everyone.
A classic from the second movie.
Coach comes in, gives a speech, and basically says, hey, guys, we're going to play defense this year. We're going to play two-way hockey, which seems very reasonable to me.
Yeah.
He makes no mean demands or anything.
There's nothing wrong with it.
He just says, you guys can obviously score. I'm going to teach you to play defense.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Charlie tries to speak up as the captain, and he basically says everything will be earned here. There is no captain. So Charlie basically mouths off and says, I am the captain. You're the new guy.
Yeah. What a dick.
So now he's got to do a bunch of laps, which I liked where he's like, how many? And the coach just goes, I don't believe I told you.
Good. I like this coach.
Yeah. So he gives a tough talk, but it's nothing bad. He just says, I'm going to demand effort and that from you guys. You're going to try and you're going to learn to play defense.
Well, if you've seen any of these other movies, they score 9 goals and give up 8
Yeah.
in several of these games. They're giving up a ton of goals,
Which
could be Goldberg's fault.
Yes.
also, a little bit of spoiler coming up.
He also, though, doesn't even say you're just going to play defense. He says, I want you to play two-way hockey.
Yeah.
Goldberg is back to being a terrible goalie. And the coach says, hey, when's the last time you practiced? And he's like, I don't do that.
When's the last time I
Charlie
practiced?
continues to be a jerk. He spends time in the little box for a while. And then in the locker room, coach says, school says you need a C average. That's not good enough. I want you to have a B average, which is in every
Again,
movie. It's
not-
a trope, but
not
also
a-
not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing.
I mean, he's no Coach Carter.
Right. And then so now Charlie's like, oh, I can't believe you do that. And Keenan's like, hey, I need to stay here, so I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
This is an important thing.
He's like, my dad will kill me. I'm going to not die.
Also, I think the coach is trying to do right by the team
Yeah.
because he said there's targets on your back. If you have a B average, that's that much more that they can't drag you down with.
Yeah.
And he basically says, stay clear of the varsity.
Also, good advice.
Yeah. Just leave them alone. Worry about yourselves right now. He posts the lineups, and there's no captain. Now, mind you, he hasn't picked a new captain. He just doesn't have Charlie listed. He has TBD as the captain.
Yep.
Charlie hates this because he's the captain. The dumb hick from Texas is like, but Charlie,
TBD.
you're the captain. What does this mean?
Who's TBD?
Yeah.
No.
And right away, Banks has been jumped to the varsity squad.
I like how
Third line center.
he always gets moved.
Yeah.
It's a miracle he wasn't playing for Iceland in the Olympic. Oh, actually, he grew up. His parents are from Iceland, so he has to switch sides.
So he seems offended by this, but he's automatically the third line center on the varsity team, which is pretty good. And Julie has been named the number 1 goalie over Goldberg, which Goldberg hates.
Which, to be fair, in practice, she looked way better than him.
She is better than him.
And
In the
Averman's
second
is
movie,
Yes.
she's better than him, but doesn't play.
Averman's like, yeah, you're not the starter anymore. She's beating you out.
Yeah, I love Averman here.
Yep.
Julie's one. You're two.
So sad Charlie goes to see Hans, who basically like tries to make him laugh, and it doesn't work. So he basically tells him like, "Hey, buck up! Like this is not a bad thing that you have going on right now."
Yeah.
Charlie will not even listen to him. There's no one that he will listen to, because he is the smartest guy in the room, and all the adults are stupid, etc. Aberman now is helping Goldberg though to make plans to fatten Julie up, because he basically says like, Goldberg, you're not a good goalie because you're like a big dude now, but rather than lose weight, let's just also make Julie fat.
She has to get
So we'll
fat.
just have two bad goalies instead of a good one.
Oh my god.
But it's very rude, but I get it. It's much easier to let someone else be fat than you actually try to lose weight. Losing weight is hard.
It's not easy.
Not easy. Wally, to make Ryan and I feel better, please put on 60 pounds.
Just have.
I mean,
there's
I
a whole
keep eating those chicken parm subs. I'll get there.
There's a tray of chocolate upstairs. You can just eat that.
You're done with chicken parm subs soon, it sounds like.
I am. It's sad.
You have to give up chicken parm subs.
Well, because
Is Coach O'Ryan gonna put you on the bench?
Because the office is moving. I can't just walk down to Miranda's every day.
You think there's no other chicken parm subs available to you in the
Not
world?
like Miranda's.
Well, that's true. I'll never find another chicken parm sub. I'll never love another chicken parm sub again.
Exactly. They're all ruined for me.
It is so good though. Now I want a chicken parm sub. All right. So varsity is being jerks to him, picking on him again. So now it's time for shenanigans. And we start what will be a long-running thing between the teams.
The prank war.
We also find out that Charlie's girlfriend is an outcast. She's like sitting by herself in the lunchroom. She doesn't have any friends. So maybe she's perfect for Charlie. Mendoza's a real creep scene here where he's trying to hit in the girl again, and she basically like, my boyfriend's about to beat you up, just so you know. So it shows him crawling away and looking up the girl skirts, basically.
Yeah, this was rough.
Very, very, not okay.
You can't make a lot of the 90s things anymore. I was just listening to a joke about Coors. You remember the commercial and twins?
Yes.
Like
and
and
twins.
twins. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
that could never occur. That could never occur
No,
today.
couldn't do that.
You could not do that. You can't look up skirts. especially
Well, that's
stuff.
whenever we get to Varsity Blues. That movie was great in my youth.
Sure.
There's so much of that movie that
Problematic.
will be problematic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so we're in lunchroom, and we get poop brownies for the varsity. Trick them into eating poop.
They ate poop. They call it the shit
it's
poop.
on now. He called poop again.
Called the shit poop.
What is that?
Did you just edit yourself? The poop?
Yeah, of course it did.
You don't swear on the show.
I don't swear.
I don't
period.
think people know
I
that.
don't believe that.
It's
Only when you quote,
Yeah, well,
you have to quote
it's a
something.
direct quote.
Billy Madison?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
when he steps on the poop on fire.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Don't step on it. It's gonna be poop.
They call the shit poop.
In practice, Julie's hanging over the boards puking because Goldberg has made her eat, and for some reason she agreed to eat like
Yeah.
every pastry.
Why is she stupid? Don't
so
eat that stuff.
He gets
Yeah.
back sort of as the number one goalie.
This is hot, full of energy. This Twinkie, basically.
Yeah.
She's not dumb in any other
No,
scene.
because she's super smart in
Right.
school.
Right.
Charlie's being a jerk again while they're doing laps to the point where even Fulton, his like last friend on the team, has to be like, "Hey, chill out. Just like if you don't want to play for the coach, play for the rest of us."
Yeah.
But he
Wow.
continues to mouth off to the coach, so he gets benched in practice. He basically the coach just tells him to sit in the bench and don't like you're done here. So after practice, Charlie goes and he stalks / hits on Linda again, and he gives his I'm a 14-year-old who's 6 feet tall,
Yeah.
and I like music. Oh, cool. He's like, do you like music? She's like, yeah, of course I like music.
Who doesn't like music?
But then they bond over Pantera. That's the music that they both like.
I mean, I like a good Pantera.
I have no issues with this. I just thought it was an odd thing that's the one they choose.
Well, he
Yeah.
knew she was a freak. He's going
true.
to the freaks.
So he takes the bus with her, and she's buying whatever he's selling here all of a sudden. And she says, like, he says something about being a hockey player, and she's like, I've never even been to a game. Well, got to change that.
You're missing out. Wait till you see me on the ice.
That's right. Yeah, they bond over Pantera. We see the JV team playing some freshman teams. So they're not even playing another JV team. They're just playing. Now, granted, they are freshmen, but they're playing a freshman team.
Yeah.
They come out with all their tricks, and after 2 periods, they're up 9-0,
Yeah.
crushing them.
But
They get a sick band playing, even though it's a JV preseason game.
they're that
They
fucking
got
popular.
full band, which is excellent. But also
Now, I would believe this because the school is obviously all about hockey.
it's true.
Yeah.
Like schools around here that are all about football, like Shen, I'm pretty sure they have like
They have a pep
little
band.
pep bands for like freshman pep
RPI
bands.
hockey, they're not even good and they have a band.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're a varsity college team.
Varsity college team. Is there a JV college team?
Not for RPI, but some schools I think have.
Really?
Really?
RPI is not good this year. Not good.
I'm pretty sure I said this on Wednesday, but when have they ever been?
COVID. They were pretty good COVID year, and then it got canceled. And then the next year they also canceled it. So, but most schools didn't. So all their best players just left to go play elsewhere. So they're bad. Mendoza has forgotten how to stop again. So he's scoring goals, but has to literally jump over the net because he can't.
So
stop.
now we've gone like
We're fully regressing.
the Goldberg can't be a goalie anymore. This guy Mendoza can't skate. We've gone backwards.
Yep. They're just all of a sudden they are not playing defense and they're giving up a ton of goals. B, they can't score anymore. All of a sudden their tricks that work for 2 periods no longer work.
And this other team is phenomenal now.
Yep. Conway takes an unsportsmanlike penalty in the third because he's being a jerk to everyone.
He
Smashes his stick.
yeah, against the goal, yeah.
Gets a penalty for it.
What, are you blind? It's like, no, you smashed your stick. What are you talking about?
Yeah, get out of here.
Then at the end, he has a chance to win the game. He can pass the ball for a probable goal, but he tries to like do it himself and it doesn't work and he blows it. And so even though they're up 9-0 after 2, they impossibly blow it and it ends in a 9-9 tie.
Yeah. So this puck stops right on the line.
Yeah.
With 10 seconds left. All right. Just stop them. They have to get all the way down the ice and you can't stop them?
Well, they don't give up another goal. They just don't score the winner.
No, they
Oh, no,
No.
you're right.
Yeah.
No,
they
give up
tie it
another
with like 0.1 seconds left.
one. Yeah. So yeah, apparently they have literally not ever played any defense before because they give up 9 goals in a period, which is basically impossible to do.
This coach knows what he's talking about.
Especially since they knew how to play great defense the first 2 periods and give up 0 goals.
Yeah. They after even the first or second goal, like they pan to the coach and he's got that, oh no, it's gonna happen look on his face. Like, you're up by 7 still. Calm down.
So yeah, Charlie blows it at the end. The team like calls him out on it at the end, and he just like turns on the team, and he's just rude to everybody at this point. He's a terrible human being.
Yep.
Bad captain.
He's an
Horrible
awful captain. If you ever watch an actual hockey captain, they will like take the blame even when it's not their fault. And then the captains, most of the players, but especially the captains, will only say we. They will never say I did anything.
Yeah.
They will only say we. This is not Charlie. Charlie's a terrible person. The coach obviously is displeased with this. Although when he's talking to the guy from the school, he basically says like, I actually wish we lost. It would have been like better for teaching, but they also were so mad, and then they find out the varsity has thrown all their clothes in the shower. So they have nothing to change into.
Dicks.
The only thing you can do in this scenario is steal liquid nitrogen from the chemistry lab and use it to freeze all of their clothes.
All the varsity.
The
coaches.
only thing you could do
Yeah.
is
I do
steal
love-
liquid nitrogen.
All right, so at the beginning, even before they get to school, somebody calls Banks a cake eater, and their little
Yeah, Keenan does, I think.
yeah, no, not even that, but like before they even get to school, like when they're skating through the streets and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. Somebody goes, "Yeah, cake eater." I'm like, why are they still calling him a cake eater? They've been friends with this kid
For
like
4 years.
years at least.
4
Yeah,
years.
you definitely don't call your friends names and make fun of them.
You definitely don't do that,
That's
rookie.
fair. Rook. Oh, fuck off! You can't even call me that. You don't even like the person
Rook.
who called me that.
You're a rook. You got to earn your spot.
Oh my god.
So yeah, they liquid nitrogen freeze all the clothes for the varsity players. One of them punches his jacket for some reason and smashes it.
Oh, he's the big bad
The
guy.
big guy doesn't like it.
The head of the school comes and threatens the coach and basically says like, if they lose again, I'm just going to take the scholarships away and they're done.
Isn't it weird how nice he is about it, though? He's like, well, gee willikers, like, I guess they won't have scholarships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, wait, didn't you bring all these people here?
I got the board breathing down my neck.
Charlie goes to talk to his mom, who is a waitress at a diner, it appears.
Still?
Still. Yeah.
Wasn't she in law school or something?
No.
Oh, I thought she was.
so.
That's why she liked Emilio.
No.
No.
I
She
thought-
just liked him because he was a
She's
good
just
looking
a
guy.
lawyer, and he's a good-looking guy.
That and then
We're gonna have that house together.
Where's
someday.
which room's mine? That really sealed the deal for
Let's
her.
move in together, yeah. But he's rude to her and like storms out of the diner when she has the gall to say to him, "Hey, do your homework."
He's just the worst.
The varsity team then approaches them and says, "Hey, we got to bury the hatchet. We don't like you guys, but we have traditions here. We're going to take you guys out to dinner. It is a tradition." Even the big dumb guy is like, "I don't like you guys, but I believe in traditions. This is important. So we're going to take you out to dinner." The venue they go to, which appears to be a fancy steakhouse, would not ever allow this.
No.
A bunch of high school kids show up with absolutely zero adults,
Yeah.
and they're ordering everything on the menu.
No. Not a
Yeah.
chance.
Steak,
it's not-
seafood, all of it.
It's not happening.
Varsity team gives some toast, etc. And then they say, "We got one more surprise for you." And I think Guy is like, "It's a cake. I saw it. It's a cake."
Yeah, I think that is Guy, isn't it?
And they stick them with the bill for, first of all, the bill is less than $900.
Yeah.
This would be a bill in the thousands in real life.
Nowadays, I could see because if you got two full teams, right?
Right.
With inflation, though?
$2,000, probably 2,500,
At
something
least.
like that.
I mean, a real hockey team, you got probably 25 or 30 guys on. In this, it's like 10 or 15 people
Yeah,
each.
you
But
probably
still.
got 2.5 lines each team.
But the bill somehow is less than $900.
Yeah.
Even so, this venue in which multiple adults are working would not ever allow half of this group to walk out on the bill. Unless this is something that happens every year and they're somehow in on it. But so then what do? We're going to, apparently to make up $900, the team just has to wash the dishes and we're all good. Clean the bathroom.
That's not that. Yeah.
Maybe they have to do it like
You have to keep coming back
for
and doing it.
2 months.
Yeah.
That would make sense, right?
But obviously we can't let this go. More revenge. So now we go and we steal the fire ants, release them on the varsity team, and then while this is all going on and they're getting bit by fire ants and locked in their rooms, separately for some reason the enforcer gets lassoed and hogtied by Big Tex,
Well, that's just so they can
Yeah,
have somebody
right.
lasso and hog tie.
which he has a horse on campus also, which
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's an equine club at this school. But
That's fair.
Equine.
Yeah.
Equine club. There's got to
There's
be.
definitely a polo club.
Oh, yeah.
Polo team.
So the varsity team then says, like, all right, we're going to have a game tomorrow morning at dawn. Charlie, of course, is like, you're on.
Which, how dumb do you have to be? You are a 14-year-old freshman going up against seniors? Not a chance.
You're going
Not
to
a
get
fucking
wrecked.
chance.
And they're going to cheat. You know they're
Yeah.
going to cheat.
I've seen this play out in real life where the like teenage U.S. national team played RPI, the college team.
Yeah, well,
And in this scenario, at first, it was like this where the varsity, like the college team just beat up on them until the USA team realized, like, oh, we're way better than them, though. And then they just skated laps around them. But yeah. Also, they're playing in fog. This is the foggiest ice rink I've ever seen.
how?
Why is it so
Ow.
foggy
I don't know.
inside?
So
So
Charlie,
the ice is being made or something?
I get it, maybe they opened up all the doors. Charlie goes in, basically starts a fight with Banks. Because he's such a nice guy. He's beating up his friend now because he had the audacity to play on the varsity team.
And to play defense against
Which,
him.
again, was not his choice. He was promoted
Yeah,
because he's better than all of
he's
you.
much better than Charlie is at hockey.
I love that when Banks gets up, he's like, nice takedown. You would be in the box right now. Like, fuck off.
This is a real
Banks.
cake eater sentence.
That is the cakiest of eaters.
Varsity beats up on them the whole game, and then at the end, Charlie straight on cheap shots Banks, and both teams start to fight.
I like how he just beats up on Banks and nobody else.
Yep. Teams start fighting. Coaches come in, break it up. The JV coach screams at them all. He's like, this is literally what I told you not to do, and this is why. Now they know they are better than you.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever mental advantage you may have had with your medals is gone now. This is literally what I told you not to do. So they're all wearing their Ducks jerseys, and the coach says, take them off. You're not Ducks. It's over with now. You've ruined it for yourselves. You're Warriors now. Charlie says, no, I will not.
I'm not taking off
So
my
he's
jersey.
like, take it off or leave. So he leaves, and he pulls a, who's coming with me? And Fulton, it's like, all right, I guess I will. I'll go with you. So he goes again to see Hans, and once again he will not listen to Hans. He's like, but he took my C. And Hans opens the door and pulls out a handful of them and goes, here, have any of these. I got a bunch of C's. That's not what it's about. And he tries to tell him it's about what's under the C. And Charlie just again ignores him. So he basically says, hey, Charlie, grow up. You're being a child.
Wow.
Still doesn't listen. Then we see Hans maybe have a heart attack.
He knows he's dying because he's
Something weird happens here.
goodbye forever.
Next day is boys' day. Charlie and Fulton, now that they don't have to worry about going to school, we're going to play hooky and we're going to go to the
Mall of America.
Yep.
Is this the third movie in a row that we've had a hooky day at Mall of America?
it's at least 2 out
Or
of
d-
3.
At least two of
At
them
least
had it.
two, yeah. I don't
don't
think
remember
they
the
did
second-
in the first one.
They definitely do in the first one, don't they? Because that's where they skate. They all skate in the mall.
I thought that was the second movie.
I don't know.
No, because they're in L.A. in the second movie, right?
I don't think for the whole thing. I don't know. I don't remember now.
I don't know, but they're in the Mall of America a lot.
Yeah.
By the end of this day, so they basically eat a bunch of junk food, go on rides, throw up. As you
Again,
do.
Sandlot.
Yep.
Go on roller coasters and throw up.
Except this is just from eating fried dough instead
Right,
of
yeah.
tobacco. But yes. So a worse version of the Sandlot.
The
again.
worst version again.
By the end of the day, though, Charlie's like, oh, we don't got to do this. We'll just go play juniors and then, whatever. And Fulton's like, I don't know that I want to play hockey forever. And Charlie, like,
Fine.
cannot
Get outta
fathom this. And he says, like, I'm going to go back to school and see if I can get back on the team. Like, this is a fun day, but I can't do this every day.
Yeah.
And
Also-
Charlie turns his back on him, his last friend.
Also, like, the whole first and second movie are Charlie being like, I know I'm not going to do this forever. Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
I'll give up my spot for Banks. I'll do this and that.
Right.
They've completely lost sight of this character.
Yes. So he's going to go back to school. So now Charlie hates him. And then as he's being a jerk to everyone, Hans is dead. Way to
He
go,
gone.
jerk. You killed him.
You killed Hans.
You and your bad attitude
Mhm.
have killed Hans. So we go to the funeral. Finally, Gordon shows up, but he shows up late. He walks
Why?
in.
Why the fuck does he show up late?
I don't know. He's not at the church part of this. He shows up late for just the end where they're at the cemetery.
Yeah.
He barely makes it in time. The next morning, he wakes Charlie up. He's like, "We're spending the day together." And Charlie doesn't even want to talk to his old friend Gordon.
He's sitting on his bed in his room while the kid sleeps.
That's
true.
creepy.
That's true.
A 14-year-old, apparently.
But he's his dad, in quotes. So it's okay, right?
Come on, Charlie. We're gonna spend the day together. We're gonna bond. So we go and watch. We go to the ice rink, and we learn that.
One more thing, though. It was funny to me that Charlie looks at the clock and goes, out loud, he says, "I didn't even set that." No reason for you to say that out loud.
Why do we need that?
It's a
Because we
hilarious
have to
line.
give a reason for Gordon to talk. Oh, terrible.
We learned that Coach Orion was an NHL player, played for the Minnesota North Stars, but when they left for Dallas, he decided to stay in Minnesota. We learned that his daughter is in a wheelchair from a car accident, and she was set up in Minnesota with her care and everything, and he didn't want to leave that. So he
Like a
stayed.
good dude.
Again,
And
seems
Charlie's
like a
like,
good guy.
I just thought he was washed out. And Bombay's like, no, he's actually excellent at hockey. He just cares more about his daughter. It's like, oh. So yeah, Charlie, you're a dick to everybody.
Yep.
Also seems like she probably could have gotten that same care in Dallas. Like,
You
Yeah,
think.
but she had
You-
all friends there and stuff
Yeah,
like
I
that.
guess.
she had her life. So we then get a pep talk where Gordon's like, you guys, the Ducks saved my life. You guys saved me. I didn't save you.
oh,
Don't give it all up, Charlie. Don't give it up.
can you please get off my bed?
Yeah.
And
So now we go
Can you
to-
stop whispering to me on my bed?
I don't know if this is a weekend or what, but all of the Ducks are now playing street hockey like they used to, which in the winter in Minnesota, you're not wearing shorts playing.
No.
You're playing pond hockey maybe,
Yeah.
but you're not playing street hockey in Minnesota.
Yeah.
But Charlie, they immediately are like, yeah, why? Like, what took you so long? Like, welcome back.
Yeah, we knew you'd come back.
Gordon is playing with him. No one seems to actually be mad at Charlie. We learned that Fulton is back on the team when they go to get on the bus for the next game. Charlie shows up and says, like, I want to play two-way hockey, coach. And the coach is like, all right, come on. No
He
issues at all.
Forgives him so fast.
Yes.
For no reason.
No. He doesn't say sorry. He doesn't say
He-
I was
he
a
just-
real dick.
I want to be back on the team.
He just says,
Okay.
I'll play two-way hockey now.
Good enough.
Sure. Go ahead.
So they're about to leave for their next game. The head of the school hops on the bus and says, we're revoking your scholarships, by the way, at a board
Bye.
meeting tomorrow. Sorry, kids.
He's nice about it, though, again.
Orion gets off the bus and stands up for him and says, like, listen, if you take their scholarships away, I quit too. And the guy's like, all right, well, it's been good having you, coach. Thanks anyways.
You're a pretty good coach, but we can get another one.
Yeah, you're just a JV coach. It's fine. So the next day, we find out they're about to lose their scholarships at the board meeting. But wait.
Love it.
Enter the lawyer for these children, one hotshot Gordon Bombay.
We have retained counsel.
Yep.
This motherfucker.
And so he comes in and gives a speech about how these are binding contracts, which of course they're not. They're scholarships, but you can't take them, yada, yada, yada. And he basically, there's a good line where he says something like, I know all this because I'm well educated. You guys should know I got it here.
Yeah, you gave me that education, and these kids deserve the same thing.
Yeah. Obviously this works. He threatens legal action. Says, like, I'll tie you up in court until long after these kids have graduated.
He's like, I'm just doing this to fuck you over.
Good thing that Hans died and I was in town to do this.
Yep. So the combination pep talk and the threats of legal action work, and the board votes to keep their scholarships intact. So everything is good now, except the varsity team still hates them. So if only there was some reason that the varsity and the JV teams would play each other.
Oh, they're supposed to every year, Bill.
Which you
Why?
guys
Yeah, why?
didn't you play JV versus varsity basketball every year?
Well, I didn't make JV, but yeah,
Oh.
I practiced against varsity in those tryouts.
Yeah, I would say practicing, yeah, maybe, but
But
not
you didn't
a
have,
big-
You
like,
don't
a
remember the
full-on
big
game.
game where the whole school shows up to see
No.
the JV take on
That
the varsity?
didn't happen. That didn't, you, know
Also-
you know what happened in those tryouts too? To me, I got dunked on by the tall guy in varsity. He dunked over me. So, yeah.
So we do have a showdown coming up, though. But first, we get a full buy-in from everyone. They're all in this together now. And so just when it's time to have a real serious practice with everyone on board, so we're going to have a silly practice with literal garbage. Just
clean
get
up-
this
clean up the
disgusting
garbage.
away from the net.
yeah,
Because he basically says that's what the varsity is great at, is just
cleaning up the garbage and putting the garbage away.
Well, this is a very Mighty Ducks coaching move to
Yeah.
do.
it certainly is.
Bombay obviously gave him the tip. These kids love doing stupid shit on the ice. Just do that.
And then he has them out in the community picking up garbage around town. Also helps with hockey.
Team
I
bonding.
mean, skating
Yeah.
because they don't know how to skate.
Goldberg couldn't skate around town in the beginning of the movie. Now he can.
And then we learn as they're getting ready to go out for the game itself, coach is going to have them skate as the Ducks for this showdown. So the JV team dons their new old Mighty Ducks jersey.
This is stupid.
Yes.
Like when we forsaken. What do you say there? Forsook.
Forsoken. Definitely it's Forsoken.
Whatever it is. When we
Abandoned?
when we abandoned the American flag for the Ducks in the second movie, I was kind of okay with it. But this is too far.
Oh, Murray almost with a touchdown. So they're wearing their Ducks jerseys, and the varsity coach then turns to his guys and basically says, like, kill these guys. Just beat them up. You're bigger and stronger. Beat them up.
He's also a dick.
Yes. They start with their quack, quack, quacks. That's not good. Quack, quack, quack.
good for
The
the
whole
Bills.
crowd's into it. No one wants varsity to win this game.
Those guys are dicks.
Yeah, and kind of to everyone in the school, not even just the freshmen.
For some reason, Adam Banks is back on the JV team.
Yeah, why is he
Doesn't explain
yeah,
why.
Why?
Well,
Did he ask
when
to
they
get
had
demoted?
their little meeting in the hallway after the board agrees to keep them, they're like, "Well, you guys had an unfair advantage. You had one of us,
Yeah.
Banksy." It's like, okay, yeah, he's your entire team.
I'm gonna give up
Which
my
actually, yeah,
my career to
Yeah.
go play for the freshmen.
So does he get demoted? Does he ask to go to JV? Because that doesn't make sense. But for whatever reason, Banks is back on their team. He gets traded again.
This is just every movie.
We also learned that Goldman is now a defenseman.
Goldberg, yeah.
They only have one goalie.
he's found his true calling.
Yeah, so he's going to be out front with Fulton. So we got a crew playing defense here. We find out that the varsity is indeed the better team, but the Ducks are hanging tough. They are cleaning up the garbage, but mostly Julie the Cat is keeping them in this game, which that is a hockey thing. If you have a good hot goalie, that's all it takes.
mm-hmm.
Uh,
She makes two scrambling, like crawling on her knees saves in
Mhm.
this. Two.
She's good, Wally.
She's fantastic.
we get a multitude of checks where they're just getting crushed by the varsity team. Almost every one of them is an illegal hit.
Yeah.
All penalties except for Guy Germain gets murdered at one point on a clean
Legit.
hit. It's a good hit.
It's a clean hit.
It's a good clean hit, and he gets murdered.
Potentially hurts his arms in some way, but then later in the movie he
He's a
comes
hockey
back.
player.
Yeah, he
He's
comes
back.
in.
He fights
walks
back.
through it. Charlie actually does knock one home, but of course it's after the buzzer sounds. So after 2, it's 0-0.
Did it go in?
It does. I believe it goes in, but it's too
Oh,
late.
I thought I thought goalie saved it anyways.
Then, because why not? Actual Anaheim Mighty Duck Paul Correa is there.
What? Okay, we have spent the entire time talking about this movie and haven't talked about the stupid little kid radio announcer guy.
Yeah. He was great. I loved him.
He's great, but he's also like 10. And why is he even there?
He's an actual 14-year-old.
Yeah.
And why is Paul Correa there? And why is he calling the game with the freshman baby announcer? I have so many questions.
Correa's there to just see the big game. He must be friends with Gordon. I don't know what else it could be. Or maybe he's friends with O'Ryan.
Was Korea in the second one too?
I don't believe
No.
so.
Or the first one, I mean?
No.
No, the first one has
Mike Madonna.
the
There's a couple of them,
Dallas
yeah.
Stars player, eventual Dallas Stars players, Madonna and somebody else.
Yeah.
And then the second movie has Gretzky in it,
Yeah.
right? And
Kareem
Messi.
Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, there's like the party scene where there's a
And
couple,
Messier, yeah.
and then Gretzky comes in to talk to the team.
Yeah.
But-
In this case, Paul Correa is actually a Mighty Duck. So he's the one they bring in. He's like, oh, they're playing pretty good.
He's awful in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, that's good.
So then, for some reason in the locker room, Portman shows back up. Not for the game, just specifically for the third period. And he says, my lawyer told me I should sign this here scholarship, which probably is not valid anymore.
I'm back, baby.
But he's
Why
there.
did it take him so long to sign a scholarship?
Only going to play for the third period. No problem. Immediately inserted. Coach has no qualms.
Yep.
And of course,
immediately
he takes over the game. He literally tosses a dude into the crowd. Someone dies when they get caught by his flying ice skates.
imagine that 2 people died in the crowd. Also, he breaks the glass. The glass shatters,
Yes.
and yet they still play.
Yeah, which
Play
I've
on.
seen glass shatter before.
Yeah.
They will obviously fix it before you keep going, and it takes a while,
Yeah, I bet.
especially when it shatters like that. And you got to clean it up.
Yeah.
Like if it's just a crack and you can take one out and the other one in, it still takes several minutes.
Just put some duct tape over there and just keep on playing.
Just duct tape the entire.
So him and Fulton are killing everyone now. Goldberg gets in on the action. At one point, they show the head of the school sitting next to the main donor who wants to get rid of these JV scholarships.
Yeah.
And he just looks at it and goes, huh, it's a legal check. When it's a very illegal check. Both of the players would be in the penalty box. They use that as the example where he goes, it's legal.
I don't think the people who wrote this movie know what a check is.
Clearly
No.
not. Portman does eventually take a penalty.
Yeah, what did he get a penalty for?
I don't remember. I just remember he then goes to the box and strips
And strips naked.
down.
14-year-old boy.
No problem.
And the crowd
Eats it up.
loves it.
Doesn't get further penalties for this. This is just allowed to happen. Theoretically, he's got to come back in the game in a minute and a half.
Where's he going to get all these pads back?
And what even better though, 2 seconds later, too many men on the ice penalty. Kenny Wu goes to the bench,
And he's fully,
and he's fully
dressed
clothed again.
Yeah, he puts
What
it all back
happened?
on.
Portman in this movie is amazing. He shows up, he beats up some guys, he strips, he puts all his clothes back on.
Yep. So while he's in the box, yes, they get a too many minute on the ice penalty. So now they got to skate 5-on-3.
The dean goes to the guy. He's taking a dance class, Tom. He's taking a dance class. This kid hasn't even shown up to class
He
yet.
doesn't even know who he is.
Yeah. So coach says, all right, I'm going to go with Banks, obviously. Conway, who knows why. And Goldberg. And Goldberg's like, me? It's like, you've earned it, Goldberg. Get out there. Which, by the way,
How did he earn it?
no chance that you go with one defenseman on 5-on-3.
Yeah.
You don't put, even if they're your best players, you don't put 2 forwards out there.
Well, I don't know if you knew this, Bill, but Conway,
Plays two-way hockey.
he's playing
That's
two-way
true.
hockey.
That's true. So then he pulls.
Banks, that guy's always on fucking offense. I mean,
Then he doesn't pull Banks aside to say, Banks, we need a goal here. He pulls Conway aside and says, "Hey, even though your whole shtick is that you choke in the big moments,
You've literally given up your spot.
I need you to score. Play defense, but don't be too cautious. Not the actual good player who's on the ice.
Yeah.
Banks, if you get a shot, take it. No. Conway, you do it."
So stupid.
Then, with 2 minutes to go in the game, he goes, "By the way, you're the captain," and slaps a C on his shirt.
That's not how sewing works.
It's not how captains work, and it's not how sewing works.
You can't just slap a patch. You can't just slap a patch on somebody's jersey like that.
That's how sewing works.
That's not how fabrics work.
So he's like, all right, he's ready to go. They come down. Varsity gets a shot. Julie makes another big save. She's the only reason they're in this game. Conway makes his move. In the background, we see glorp checks going on. Just people getting crushed away from the puck.
Murders happening.
Which is illegal if I
Yeah,
recall.
sure is.
you cannot glorp check anyone.
So Conway comes down. He's not the best scorer, but he's got the shot. Doesn't take it. Drops it off for Goldberg, who,
Which-
of course, does put it away, wins the game, skates over to Conway and says, "Don't ever do that to me again."
That
Which
was
the most
legit
Goldberg
the
thing.
stupidest thing you've ever done, Conway.
yeah,
You've done some stupid stuff in this movie.
So they win the game. We find out very quickly that Julie and the varsity goalie are the new hot couple on
Well,
campus.
he's the
apparently.
only nice guy on the varsity team. Like
Yeah.
he's like, I'm sorry this is happening to you.
Yeah,
He's obviously from Canada.
he's very nice.
He's gotta be
He's
from Canada.
Yeah.
But if he's playing high school hockey
He's not good.
and he's Canadian,
He's not good.
He's not good.
he's A, not good. B, he's like 20 years old because he's done with juniors. And
He
now
looked he looked old.
Yeah. Mendoza steals the captain's girlfriend after all. He's like making out with her on the ice. The captain skates by and is fine with it. He's not happy, but doesn't.
Doesn't beat him up.
Yeah, he just skates away from it.
Very weird.
Charlie goes and makes up with his mom. Gordon's there and he's proud of his son.
Quote unquote dad.
Son.
And would you look at that? The school needs to get rid of the Warriors, so now they're going to be the Eden Hall Academy Ducks.
Of course they need to get rid of.
How about that? Weird.
Isn't that weird how that happens?
Charlie,
It's actually the United States of Ducks. I don't know if you knew that, but we got
I
rid
mean,
of
in
America.
the second one, yeah.
United States of Ducks. We changed it.
Yep. Charlie gets the girl, which then the note I made was, don't award his bad behavior.
Yeah. Yeah.
They reward the other guy's bad behavior for looking up skirts.
Yeah.
Mendoza gets the girl.
It's celebration time, and Gordon Bombay walks out. He leaves. I don't know if this is him just leaving or if he wants to let them have their moment. But when the team is celebrating, he straight up turns and walks away.
He's like,
I don't think they know he's even watching. I think they thought he had left, right?
Oh,
I
no.
don't think they knew he was there.
I don't think they even knew he was there.
Well, he
And I
makes
think-
sure they don't know he's
Does
there.
mom know he's there? Because mom's
Well,
in
yeah,
the crowd.
They just bang before the game,
Oh,
presumably.
of course.
Oh, is that what's happening here?
I would think
He's just
so.
back to get back in the good graces with mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And Mighty Ducks 3 is still not a bad movie, but it's definitely the worst of the three.
It's definitely the worst of the three. You know who loves this movie? Little kids.
Yeah.
They love all the stupid shit in this movie.
Oh,
The-
yeah.
The chase, the poop, the,
poop,
liquid
the ants,
nitrogen,
the liquid
ants.
nitrogen.
Little kids love that shit.
The mean guy getting lassoed.
Yep.
Yep.
Love that kind of shit. Loved it. Love this one the most, probably. All right. Time for
There's some good poop stuff in the first one.
Sure. There's plenty of good poop stuff. Time for Quote Mountain. I like this one. This is not going to win, but I like this. What's one thing all great teams have in common? Averman. Great coaching. Don't suck up to me, Averman. Averman is basically one of the best.
Underutilized.
He is not used at all in this movie, except for a couple lines.
Because he was big in the first one. His role got
Huge
a little
in the
small-
first one.
smaller in the second one.
Yeah.
And now he's like not
Basically nothing in this one. Yeah. I like that one.
There's another one where at the beginning, the coach says something to him, and he yells the wrong word. The coach goes, "Work. Oh, what are we? We're here to do one thing. And what is that? Win, sir."
Yeah, it starts with a
Work.
W.
Hmm.
And then he says, another line, and he says again, like, we're here to, like, I don't know, but like, Averman goes, "Work, sir." He's like, "No, confidence. Confidence is what makes you good." What is wrong with you?
He just keeps getting it wrong.
Ooh, fumble.
Oh yeah, there's this when Kenny Wu is trying to learn how to trash talk. Hey, 44, you play. You don't play real good.
I like the before that he says, "Hey, ref," and was it Keenan puts his hand over his mouth. Pick a different pick a different target.
And then when he says that, he goes, "It's shorter, man. Get to the point." Hey, number 9, bite me.
Not bad. We can work with that. Julie the Cat Gaffney. Fulton scored. Fulton scored. I am really bored.
Oh,
Fulton's great. A year ago, he couldn't even skate. That was kind of fun.
I don't know what we got in this one. I watched this 3 months ago. I don't know.
It's been a while, as Stained once said. Don't ever do that to me again, Goldberg.
There's a good one. Yeah.
Oh, when Goldberg says it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the teacher. We did talk about how hard school is. Every Monday you'll have a practice quiz. Every Wednesday you'll have a real quiz. Every Friday you'll have an exam. And anytime I feel like it, you'll have a surprise quiz.
I like that one.
Oh, I do like this from Ross from Keenan. Julie says, "My dad said if I didn't like him, I could come right home. That's nice. My dad said I better stay on scholarship or he'll whip my butt."
This ninja stuff makes you look, I don't know, how do you say it? Ruggedly handsome? Amazingly stupid.
Yep. That's
Connie and Guy.
Connie and Guy, yeah.
I don't even remember what that's referencing.
That's when they're doing the ants. Connie and Guy are on lookout. So what do we want to go with?
I don't know if any of this.
Goldberg, I guess.
What did he say? Something about a shrinking sphincter?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if any of these are good.
I like the teacher one. I think that was my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Bash, the Bash Man?
Oh yeah, when he's trying to come up with his names.
That's your dad? Nice outfit. Did it come with a yacht? The Hep laugh?
No, it's the Hep laugh. The Hep laugh is going in as the best quote.
The Hep laugh.
All right, who's
All right,
Who's
most
the
valuable player?
yeah,
Not Charlie.
coach?
I like the
Orion?
coach.
Julie.
Julie's all right. No.
Portman.
Portman. He comes in.
The 4 seconds that he's in the movie.
4 minutes he's in the movie. He's great. He breaks glass, kills people with his skates, strips, gets his clothes back on in immediate fashion. I give it to Portman.
All right.
He turned the tide of the game.
You know what's funny? Both Bash brothers are MVPs.
Yeah.
Yep. We went Fulton first, and then we went with who was it? Russ?
Ross is
Keenan.
Yeah, Russ Tyler. We went with it in the second one, and then Portman's getting this one.
All great choices.
Yeah.
All great choices. All right, final verdict? It's not as good as the first two.
Nope.
So it's probably like a 6.0.
6.2.
Okay.
Yeah, it's low. Just doing 6.1.
I figured you would. That puts it way at the bottom.
That puts it real low. By the way,
Is that too low?
Might be. Well, let's see though, because usually we say it's too low or too high, and then it fits in well with like the
Where it's supposed to be.
sitting.
All right. Teen Wolf had a 5.9.
It's better than that.
Rocky 5 had a 6.3.
Definitely better than that.
Yeah,
be
it's
better
too
than
low if it's below that.
Too low.
What else is
Although
down?
Rocky 5, I liked a little
We didn't
more.
hate it as much as we thought we
Yeah.
were gonna.
Caddyshack was 6.3.
Why is that so low?
Because it's not a good movie.
All right, 6.1 exactly. The Replacements. Replacements is too low.
This I feel like is on line with replacements.
Yeah, so the
Replacements
Replacements
is
is too low.
fine.
Replacements is too low.
It's not that good.
6.0 The Big Green.
It's better than Big
right,
Green.
It's right around there.
I think it's ranked fine.
Yeah, I'm not going to change it.
We'll in a couple episodes or
Yeah, when we
5
re-
episodes or
You
whatever.
got to re-rank in a little bit, so we'll
I'll
see.
give like when we go to re-rank, I'll give you guys like an email with all the movies and all their ratings currently.
Okay.
I like it. All right, time for my pick for next week.
Yep. Do you want to
Give
spin
me
the
a
wheel?
spin a wheel, make a
All
deal.
right, let me find the wheel. There's the wheel. You want to take anything out? You want to take hockey out?
Sure, take hockey out.
Okay.
I only got 2 more hockeys on my list currently.
So we've got
There are
6
more
things.
actually though.
6 to choose from: baseball, soccer, basketball, football, boxing / golf, and miscellaneous. And you're gonna come up with
As long as it's not miscellaneous.
basketball.
Okay.
Okay. Did Teen Wolf last time you had?
Yeah, a great basketball movie.
It was something.
I think that was because
I count at least 3 good basketball movies if they're available. Well, 2 and 1 I haven't seen, but I'm curious about.
I don't have anything. I really have to go back through and like start putting some
Well, we can
stuff
always
down
watch Space Jam.
because I don't have.
we did Space Jam 1, didn't
We
we?
can do the other Space Jam.
I've got 2 movies on my list right now.
Oh, I got a bunch.
All right. All right.
Soccer, I have 2 just for soccer.
I think the last time I wanted
Those are
to
the
do
2.
this,
Yeah.
it wasn't available. Let me see.
Yeah, there is one basketball movie that is never available.
You know what's crazy? I thought the Jets were having a terrible season. They're a game behind the Bills.
Yeah, they.
The Bills are having,
And that's why Aaron Rodgers keeps saying like, "I'm coming back next month," which I doubt that he is, but
What Achilles?
I think so.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's
God
that's what goes when you get old. Apparently,
Yeah, apparently.
There's a lot of that going around.
there's a lot of it.
All right. The one I wanted to pick is not available, of course.
I think it's probably the same one that I've looked up a couple of
I'm
times.
sure it is. Hold on. What the heck?
Yeah, I've got 5 basketball movies potentially. One of them is Space Jam 2, so that'll be the bottom of that list. 2 are good, and 2 I've never seen, but I'm curious about.
Did we watch that?
What?
He's not going to say because he didn't want to get his.
No, we have not watched it. Perfect. Okay. I'll put that on my list because I'm pretty sure that's a.
I got one
Disney
real
Plus.
wacky other one. One real whack one for other, but I can do it because of all the weird stuff that Ryan pulls off.
0 for 2.
Oh, you're
Probably-
still looking?
Yeah, it's just not easy. First of all, my computer's being stupid. The top two I wanted to see are not available.
There's one on Netflix, I think.
Let's see.
Yeah, that one's not available, so that's probably the same one.
Oh. Maybe. Hold on.
That one's available.
I want to see if I can beat that.
This is riveting audio, by the way.
Sorry. Well, my first 2 choices aren't fucking available.
Oh yeah, I've got like 3 or 4 different basketball movies that we could watch. So I'm curious what you're coming up against the wall with.
Two of my favorites.
Well, the one is not available. I concur.
Two of my favorites. Okay.
Oh, I got another one that I can put it.
I've got 2 golf, 1 boxing, 5 basketball,
Oh my God!
Oh.
0 for 3.
4 others, 3 football, 2 soccer, 3 hockey.
Son of a bee.
Just so you know,
a
I'm
bunch of
eventually going to make us watch Disney Channel original movies
Why?
because there's a couple.
He's
I'm sure there are, but why?
Because we know for a fact that we'll be able to watch them. They're on Disney Plus.
And I don't even
All right.
have any of the
All right.
the Air Bud movies on my list.
I
yet.
I forgot about their.
I was gonna do an Air Bud, but I'm gonna do Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems.
That's
Basketball
about
movie.
diamonds, is it not?
It's about basketball. Betting on basketball. Does that count?
I have never seen it. I don't know what it's about.
It's about basketball.
I mean, I also don't know what
It's about basketball. It's an actual good
So-
movie.
I tried to start it once, and
That's
in
a
5
Netflix,
minutes I
wasn't
decided
it?
I didn't want
It's
to
on
watch
Netflix. It's available. It's on Netflix.
You know that Adam Sandler has an actual basketball movie on Netflix, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I hate that movie. It's bad.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, Grown Ups 1.
No,
That is not a basketball movie.
I meant Hustle. He's got a movie called Hustle that's about basketball.
Grown Ups 1 is about a basketball game, isn't it?
I've never seen it.
At the end, it's about
Yes.
they play a basketball game.
Yes.
It is not about
All right.
basketball.
So Uncut Gems, a movie about diamonds we're gonna watch.
I would say Eight Crazy Nights is more about basketball than
I've also never seen that.
what the heck's it called? The one that you just mentioned.
Uncut Gems.
No, not that.
I don't know what the problem with Uncut Gems is.
We'll see. I don't know. Grown Ups is not a basketball movie.
They play basketball at the end.
It's not a basketball movie, Ryan.
It's all about them playing that basketball game.
Oh my god. But all right, we'll watch Uncut Gems since we can't refute your claim right now.
It's a movie-
Since neither of us have watched it.
It's a movie about basketball, isn't it?
Oh, there's a baseball movie for us.
A 2019 crime thriller.
About basketball.
It's a crime thriller.
It's about basketball, isn't it?
I don't know. A gambling addict, so maybe.
He bets on basketball, and Kevin Garnett's in it.
I guess.
Right?
Sure.
Does not count?
I just can't. Yes, we're watching it. I
yeah.
cannot wait till I make you guys watch a movie that is not a sports movie at all.
If Uncut Gems really truly doesn't count,
No one's fighting you on this, Ryan. You're fighting yourself.
just at what point are we going to get into documentaries? Are we going to do that?
I don't know.
All right.
There's enough other movies that I still have that I'm going to have us watch first, but
Is Hoop Dreams a documentary?
I think so. I'm not sure.
I've never heard of
I read the book when I was a kid. I think it is.
Yeah. Okay. Eventually documentaries will count, but not yet.
Yeah, why not? I mean, as long as it's a documentary movie, not a series. We're not doing series.
You want to do all 30 for 30?
Jesus Christ.
Because there's some good ones on here. You could do Linsanity. There's a Linsanity documentary. All right. I'm just going to stick with what I got.
Uncut Gems?
I'm just sticking with Uncut Gems. It's about basketball.
All right.
It counts.
We'll see.
I know we just wasted 10 minutes, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Uncut Gems.
You can edit this so
I won't.
we get to it.
Nope.
quicker.
I won't.
No?
No. Probably not. All right. We're done.
Yeah.
Uncut Gems. Next time. Peace out.
Ding, ding.
Oh, I forgot you do that now.
Yeah.